What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is Nuno from Neogoma, and today I want to introduce you guys to the latest release of the Stardust SDK and also updates to the online editor. This release is 0.8 and it's focused on updating quality of life, also increasing performance, and yeah, just giving a boost to UX overall. And let's jump into the editor and I'll show you guys all about the newest update.
So before we move on with the video, take a quick second to look at our pricing plans. In the plans tab, we're currently doing a discount on all plans, including monthly and yearly plans. And the best plan that we have going on right now is actually the business plan, which includes all of the benefits from the previous plans, live support using the SDK, and advanced analytics, which will provide you a better look at your locations, a better analysis of your maps, and everything that you need in terms of information. You have that guaranteed for you. So yeah, make sure to catch these quickly because the promotion ends on the 24th of February. Yeah, let's go back to the video. Alright, so now we're in the editor, and one of the biggest things that got updated in the 0.8 release is in fact the way that we upload objects onto the online editor and onto the cloud. And that's because we no longer support asset bundles from Unity. So yeah, since they got deprecated, it made no sense for us to keep using deprecated technology, and we decided to use GLB. And the GLB format is actually AR and VR compatible, and it's actually really used on games, on web applications, and it supports motion as well. So if we want to create a new object, the only thing that we have to do is go into create new object, then we choose a name, let's say for example cat, because I have a cat object on my computer, and then I go on and select the cat object. And then I can decide between making it public or keeping it private. And if I do keep it private, only I can use it on my maps. And yeah, it will just be private for my personal use. So yeah, we have to also keep in mind the max size of the object. So it can't be over 80 megabytes. And now let's keep it private. And then if we create the object, I'm going to show you the editor viewer. Alright, so it's completed the loading process, and now we can open up the editor viewer. Alright, and here we go. So this is the cat object that I uploaded. Again, GLB supports all the textures. As you saw, it was just one file. Obviously that I have the textures on another folder, but yeah, it's just one file that you drag into the editor, and it also contains the animations. Also, the viewer works a little bit almost like Unity or Blender, where you use the left click to rotate. You also use the right click to pan around, and you can zoom in and out with the scroll wheel. Cool. Now go on to the map lists. I'll show you the editor for the maps and the relocation. We have a couple new actions here that we are able to do for each of our maps. So the first thing is actually the download failed relocation pictures. And this is really useful because let's say, for example, that you did a map and you're having trouble relocating and you're having these failed relocations. You can download your failed relocation pictures and you're going to be able to see exactly why that failed. So the next thing is actually the download of the point cloud. This is useful if you want to see your point cloud on a 3D model software like Blender or Maya. It works on both. And yeah, just make sure that you are importing a .pli file. And then yeah, everything else was already there. I'll open it up for you guys to see. It's way faster now loading the editor. It's actually a little bit different from what it was before. We have now these bigger buttons and a darker theme going on. And if we load the point cloud, we're going to be able to see that it actually loads pretty faster now than it was loading before. Okay, here we go. This was a map that I did outside. So as you can see, there's some grass, there's the table, and I already placed some objects. I placed a bottle, I placed 2 footballs, and I placed the tree. If we click any of the objects, we are able to edit their positions, their rotations. We're also able to edit their scale. As you can see, we also have the details here. for the transform. And then if you want to create another object, let's say we want to add another object on the table, all we have to do is come into the create button and select one of the objects from the list. And let's say, for example, that I want to add, let's say I want to add a heart. Okay, so it spawns the heart. All I have to do is place it a little closer to where I want to place it on the table. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Keep in mind that this list of objects is actually going to be increased. So we're working on making more 3D objects to input on the list, so you guys have access to more objects to use on your maps. And we're also working on having different animations that you can choose. So it's good to have choices. So if it goes out of this, I also want to show you guys the navigation mode. So if I click on change mode, you're going to be able to see these green and red blobs. This represents the path that I did when I was doing the map of the outside area. The green one represents the first round that I did. The red one represents the update of the second round. So I did a relocation, then I updated the map, and this is the path that I did the second time around. And you can even add your own targets. If you click create, the same way that you were to create an object, all we have to do is name the target. So let's say table. We create the target for the table, and now I'm just gonna put it a little bit closer to the actual tables. And yeah, as I said, this is really useful for mapping certain places where you want to do navigation. And then yeah, after you've done all of your changes, you can just hit save, and all of this data is going to be saved onto your map. And when you do the relocation, all of these changes will be reflected on your relocation as well. Cool, that's everything for the editor. Let's go back onto the dashboard. If we go onto the My Subscriptions, the last thing that I want to show you guys is actually the privacy settings. Again, as you saw on the map list, we had this download button for your failed relocation pictures. This is only available if you accept these privacy settings, if you enable these toggles, mainly because these pictures are shared with us in order to provide you more accurate support and to, pinpoint exactly what's going on with your maps in case of you having some trouble or if you need some help with your relocations. So yeah, we added this in order to give you the choice of sharing it with us for support, or if you want to opt out, it's totally up to you. But in case you do opt in, the pictures only stay with us for around 30 days. Anything longer than that, the pictures get deleted and we no longer have any access to them. And this is all safe for you. Cool, and that's pretty much it for the dashboard and the editor. And now we'll move on to the app so that I can show you guys a little bit of what's new in terms of quality of life improvements that we did and also UI. And all right, let's move on. Okay, so a few things got updated in the application, and the first thing is actually the loading bar, which gives us a better look at the progress of a relocation. We also updated the status of quality results, and these now show us 3 different pop-ups based on the quality of our relocations. A greenish yellow for good accuracy, a green one for perfect accuracy, and then the red one obviously for the failed relocations. Then we have the connection checks, which if we have no Wi-Fi because we're outside or our data is really slow, we then get a blinking signal down in the bottom right, which when we click, it opens up a pop-up saying that we either have no Wi-Fi, or in case that we have a slow connection, it will be a yellow blinking sign with a yellow pop-up. And yeah, relocation is also faster, performance also increased, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the app updates.
Alright, that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like and also leave your opinion down below, because I'd like to hear what you guys thought about the latest release. And yeah, lots of other updates coming, so stay tuned because we're going to be sharing them with you very soon.